So for those who don't know, Bear Performance Nutrition, or BPN, is a supplement company based out of Austin, Texas. Its CEO and founder, Nick Bear, has a YouTube channel that I will link below. Their story is fantastic, and I encourage you to follow along. But I really wanted to test out their supplements and see what they actually do and how good they are at actually doing it. So since this video is about their actual physical products, I went ahead and ordered all of their most popular products. Now, a quick full disclosure note, I am not paid to make this video, and even though I did my very best to get free product for this review, all of this is paid for by me because BPN did not respond. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so first thing that I wanted to highlight was their Whey Protein. So this stuff is actually pretty awesome. It's 25 grams of premium protein powder, but it's actually a combination and a blend of whey and casein protein. And in doing so, it allows the protein to be a little bit more of a mix and digest over time. I've heard good things about casein protein as far as right before bed because it digests more slowly, so it can provide you with that protein over the course of your nightly fast as you're sleeping. The actual blend here is 88% whey and 12% casein protein. But some important things to note, as with any protein, are calories, sugars, and what the ingredients actually are. So this protein, every single scoop has 25 grams of actual protein, 140 calories, and 2 grams of fat, along with 2 grams of total sugars. None of that is added sugar. And they also have sucralose at the bottom of the ingredients list, and that probably helps with the flavor, make it taste a little bit sweeter. Okay, so the next product in our lineup is called Flight. Now this one I actually really like, which is why I actually got 2 of them. So I have 2 different Flight containers. This is BPN's pre-workout supplement. And I would say of all the BPN products that I tested over about the past month, the Flight was definitely my favorite. Some things to note, especially with the Flight and any pre-workout that you're going to try as a supplement, is to note what's actually in it. So this one specifically has 300 milligrams of caffeine, but an additional 25 milligrams of caffeine through this Infinite Energy dicaffeine malate, whatever that is. But that includes another 25 grams, so you're talking about 325 grams of caffeine in every serving. Now for me, that is way more than I think my body could tolerate, so I have never been brave enough to go higher than a half of a scoop on any workout, but take that as you will. It's a very high caffeine content for a pre-workout, not the highest on the market, but definitely on the higher end. So I mentioned this is my favorite. I love the taste of the flavors that I've tried so far. I tried the pink lemonade as well as the blue raspberry, and I really liked both of them. I would say if you're a fan of kind of a tart style of pre-workout, the blue raspberry is going to be perfect for you. But I actually, even though I am a fan of that tart pre-workout, I like the pink lemonade even better, which is why you can probably hear that it's completely gone. So I'll probably be getting another one of those. Okay, so let's move on to another pre-workout supplement called EndoPump. Now this one is definitely also gonna make it on my list of personal favorites, at least that BPN makes. The EndoPump is specifically a muscle pump enhancer, which I mean, sounds really cool. It doesn't have any caffeine with it, which is why you can pair it with the Flight for pre-workout. But what it does have is certain chemicals like citrulline and betaine nitrate. Anyway, what those are supposed to do is increase the blood flow to your muscles, increasing the pump, but also more than probably just a vanity supplement, it is helpful for recovery because the more blood that's in your muscles, the more quickly they can remove that lactic acid, increase the oxygen to your muscles. Definitely an overall helpful thing to have. I really liked it. I personally, especially with pre-workout supplements, I try to avoid taking the same supplement stack every single day in the same quantities. I feel like my body will develop a little bit more of a tolerance to that, or maybe even a dependence on it for my workouts, and I think that could be negative. So with the EndoPump and with the Flight, I'll vary the dosages that I take. Again, maxing out at about a half dose with the Flight. But even the EndoPump, I don't necessarily need it on every workout, so I'll try to avoid using it every single day. Okay, now one for inside of the workout. It is the Electrolytes blend. And essentially what this does is hydrate you. It's just a hydration drink mix, has 500 milligrams of sodium, no sugar, natural sweeteners, and those are all good things. You'll notice it only has 10 calories in it, and all of those calories are coming from the 1 carb and 500 milligrams of sodium. In general, any of these electrolyte mixes that you try, and I've actually tried a few at this point, they are so incredibly salty, and I would say this BPN one is no exception. Again, it's mostly sodium, and that's why they have it for you, is because increasing your salt intake as you're drinking water is a good thing to stay hydrated. I would personally say way too much salt in the standard dose. So pro tip for the electrolytes mix, and this is the strawberry flavor, which I highly recommend. They just came out with this. If you don't have one, I would try it. But the pro tip is that if you're going to use it, use a half dose because it's just way too salty with the full dose, and it's not going to be very hydrating if I don't drink it because it tastes so bad. So I would say half dose is actually quite good. The flavor comes through, I really like it, and maybe it's not as hydrating as it could be, but it's enough that I'll actually drink it. Okay, so 2 things left on our list here. We've got strong reds, and we also have strong greens. And these are supposed to be a daily supplement, a superfood supplement for reds and greens, greens being more like green vegetables, and reds being more like berries and things like that. So this brings us to the biggest lie that is being sold by BPN across any of their products, and that is this super strong greens powder. Now it says right there, if you see on their website, it is lemon flavored. That is an absolute lie. It doesn't taste anything like lemon. There's no lemon in it. It just tastes like green powder. Like if you could imagine what green powder tastes like, that's what this tastes like. That's it. There's no other flavor. It's basically like getting the vegetable taste over with really quick in a powder so you don't actually have to eat vegetables. That's really the whole goal. So not that it's a bad thing, but it does not taste like lemon. Don't buy it expecting it to taste like lemon. That's a no. Maybe I got a bad batch, but that definitely influenced the review. Now that being said, I should say that the super strong, I keep saying super, the Strong Reds Superfood Powder is actually quite tasty, I think because it's based on antioxidant things like cranberries, berries, other things. It actually tastes quite good. So I would recommend, as another BPN pro tip, if you're going to get both, I would get both of these. If you're just gonna get one, the strong greens is gonna be tough to put down every single day, but if you get both, you can combine them and they actually taste significantly better because the reds taste good. Mixing that with the greens will definitely help you get it down better. So overall, I know I talked about ingredients on a lot of these. There are a ton of ingredients on these, a bunch of vegetables blended into this one, a bunch of berries blended into this one. Overall, I would say 10 calories in the strong reds, 25 calories in the strong greens. Not a ton of calories, but it does provide you with a pretty solid stack of nutrients and things that you would normally get in food. But if you don't eat a lot of vegetables, you don't need a necessarily well-balanced meal throughout the day. I think this is a great help. I personally haven't noticed any specific improvements since taking these. Again, I've only been doing it for a few weeks now, but I will say it does lend itself, at least for me, to believe that I'm being a little bit more healthy by participating and having a little bit more superfoods in my diet. The last thing is not all that exciting, but it is the BPN blender bottle that I got with my order, which I'm really happy about because you can never have enough of these. I only have like 6, which means I obviously needed one more. So definitely needed that. I hope you guys appreciated this review. If you enjoyed it, I would definitely recommend you check out the video that I did reviewing Nick Bare's fitness app. So I'll link that right over here so you can check it out, and I will see you in the next video.